Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, December 13, 2020. CNN report. Why the video game boom is here to stay. In a year when industries that require the physical presence of their customers are on the ropes, from airlines and theme parks to brick-and-mortar retailers, those that don't require in-person participation are thriving. Exhibit A. Online gaming, which has been among the big winners of 2020. Exhibit B. The hardware. The Nintendo Switch was largely sold out at major retailers for months during the summer and holiday season.
Fox report. Hong Kong's Jimmy Lai denied bail as Pompeo tweet support. Jimmy Lai, the 73-year-old Hong Kong media tycoon and advocate for democracy, was denied bail Saturday after being charged the previous day under the semi-autonomous Chinese territory's new national security law. Lai faces a charge of collusion with foreign elements to endanger national security, apparently for tweets he made and interviews or commentaries he did with foreign media. The Apple Daily, a feisty pro-democracy tabloid owned by Lai, said he is accused of asking a foreign country, organization or individual to impose sanctions or engage in other hostile activities against Hong Kong or China.
Fox report. On Otto Warmbiers' birthday, his legacy lives on. Otto Warmbier would have been 26 years old Saturday. It has been more than 3 years since Otto was returned home by North Korea and succumbed to his injuries inflicted at the hands of Kim Jong-un's regime. Otto was a 22-year-old University of Virginia student from Ohio when he was falsely arrested in North Korea in 2016, while on a youth educational tour of the country. He was imprisoned for just over 18 months, and in that time officials say he was tortured, left in a vegetative state with severe brain damage.
BBC report. Arrests as Indian workers ransack iPhone plant over wages. Footage on social media showed smashed CCTV cameras and glass panels, broken lights and a car set on fire at Western Infocom's manufacturing facility. The workers claim that they have not been fully paid for 4 months and are being forced to do extra shifts. Western said that it pledged to follow local labor laws. In a statement to the AFP news agency, the company did not refer directly to the workers' complaints but said that the incident was caused by people of unknown identities from outside who intruded into and damaged its facility with unclear intentions.
CNN report. Trump deal with Morocco is yet another headache for Biden team. On Thursday, Morocco became the 4th Arab state this year to announce it would establish relations with Israel. It was another diplomatic win for the Trump administration, with U.S. President Donald Trump tweeting that it was a massive breakthrough for peace in the Middle East. Setting aside the hyperbole, Morocco and Israel have long had a quietly amicable relationship. The Moroccans extracted a high price from the U.S. recognition of Moroccan sovereignty over the long-disputed territory of Western Sahara.
Deutsche Welle report. Coronavirus. U.S. begins vaccine shipments. The first shipments of the BioNTech Pfizer vaccine were sent out to distribution centers across the United States on Sunday. It was the first step in a massive COVID vaccine rollout in the world's worst-hit country, with vaccinations expected to begin on Monday. Workers at a Pfizer factory in the city of Kalamazoo, Michigan packed the first shipments of the vaccine in boxes layered with dry ice. Refrigerated trucks carrying the first shipments were escorted to a nearby airport by security officers wearing body armor.
Deutsche Welle report. Algeria president makes first appearance since COVID hospitalization. Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune returned to the public eye for the first time on Sunday, nearly 2 months after he was flown to Germany for treatment after testing positive for the coronavirus. In an address that was broadcast on state television and posted on his Twitter account, Tebboune said he was recovering from COVID-19 and hopes to return to Algeria soon. Thanks to God. I have started on the road to recovery, the 75-year-old leader said.
BBC report. Nigeria school attack. Gunmen who seized children in Katsina, surrounded. 10 children are reportedly being held captive, Garba Shehu said, far fewer than the number staff reported missing. About 800 pupils were enrolled at the all-boys school in Katsina State and about half remain unaccounted for. The unidentified attackers are thought to be seeking ransom, Mr. Shehu said. The attack took place far from Boko Haram's usual area of operation in the northeast. Parents have gathered at the school in the Kankara area, pleading with the authorities to help find their children, Reuters news agency reported.
CNN report. Streaming is about to get a lot more expensive. Disney threw down the gauntlet to its competitors last week, with a slate of remarkable programming on Disney Plus alongside some eye-popping subscriber numbers and forecasts. Fans of Disney Plus will have roughly 10 new series from Marvel and Star Wars alongside a cornucopia of other content. Disney plans on spending between $14 billion and $16 billion across its streaming ventures to make all those shows and movies.
Deutsche Welle report. Iran. German envoy summoned after EU slams Ruhollah Zam's execution. Iran's foreign ministry on Sunday summoned Germany's ambassador in protest at statements by the EU condemning Tehran's execution of a journalist convicted of inspiring anti-government protests, Iranian state media said. In a statement after the announcement of the hanging of Ruhollah Zam on Saturday, the EU said it condemned the execution in the strongest terms, and said it remained opposed to the use of capital punishment under any circumstances.
BBC report. Nagorno-Karabakh conflict flares despite ceasefire. The reports come only weeks after a 6-week war over the territory which ended when Azerbaijan and Armenia signed a ceasefire. Armenia meanwhile said 6 of its own troops were wounded in what it called an Azerbaijani military offensive. Nagorno-Karabakh has long been a trigger for violence between the two. The region is recognized as part of Azerbaijan but has been run by ethnic Armenians since 1994 after the two countries fought a war over the territory which left thousands dead.
CNN report. Despite promises of solidarity on COVID-19, rich countries are snapping up the supply of promising vaccines. When 90-year-old Margaret Keenan received the world's first clinically authorized and tested COVID-19 vaccine earlier this week, the end of the COVID-19 pandemic seemed finally in reach. Tough months lie ahead, but the rollout of the first vaccine in record time and the likely imminent approvals of others is a turning point for wealthy countries that can afford vaccines. But for public health officials in the developing world, it is a harsh reminder that the race to end this deadly pandemic will separate the world's haves and the have-nots.
Fox report. Watch. Undercover cops posing as Santa Claus and elf nab suspected car thieves. Video shows the arrest in Southern California of 2 suspected car thieves by a Santa Claus and a holiday elf who happened to be undercover police officers. It happened in Riverside Thursday afternoon as the undercovers were conducting an operation targeting shoplifters and got word that there were 3 suspicious men casing vehicles to steal, police said. The video shows the elf holding a gun on one of the suspected car thieves.
Fox report. Orlando PD delivers Christmas gifts to more than 200 kids in need. Police officers in Orlando, Florida, donned red Santa hats Saturday morning and delivered gifts donated by the entire police department to more than 200 children in need ahead of Christmas. The Orlando Police Department collected the names of children in need from local churches, counselors and community centers to bring smiles to kids' faces this Christmas, Officer Marcus Hyatt said in a video the department posted online, adding that 2020 has been a tough year for many families.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.